In the previous tutorial, we set up the scene and we add the blueprint, and now we need to lock the blueprint, because sometime when you are working, you selecting the blueprint and move them accidentally, just like that. So we need to avoid that. So to do that, as you see here, we put the blueprints inside a collection, and I need to lock them. To lock them, we have an option right here to lock these images, but right now it's not exist. We need to activate it. We have an icon here called filter. I'm gonna open this filter, and this one that I'm talking about is called selectable. Let's activate it, and now let's select this new icon. And when you do that, now if you try to select the images, you cannot select them. Alright, so now we are ready to start modeling this new robot. Alright, that's cool. Let's come to the front view and let's start doing that. I will start from the head. So as you see here, I have this head and it's almost spherical, but it's not perfect spherical. So I need to create this head. Well, I will start from a box. Let's add a box or cube. Inside Blender is called a cube. Let's go to add and mesh and add cube. And now we add a cube. It's very big. It's 200 centimeter. I need to scale it down. To scale this down, hit S from the keyboard and just move the mouse. And now you can scale it just like that. And as you see here, the dimension now is changing and the scale here is changing. It was 1. Now it's 0.1. Alright, now let's take this up, hit G to the Z and take this up. Select the box, G, Z, and take it up right about here maybe. And scale it a bit. I got some problem here. When I scaling, it is scaling according to the 3D cursor as you see. And I don't want that. I need to change this bag to medium point. And now when I scaling, I can scale according to the origin point of the box. Alright, so let's scale this a bit right here maybe. And let's see what we got here. Now I got this this shape or this box. I need to make this a sphere. Well, I need to subdivide it and make it smooth. You can go to the modifier section here, modifier properties. When you open this, here in the top you will find this list, and when you open this list, now we can select the subdivision surface, and this will subdivide and smooth this box. Let's try that. And as you see, when I select the subdivision surface, I got this result. Well, when I take this up to 2, I got a smoother result here. Let's take this to 3 to 4. Now I have very smooth result right here. Let's jump back to the front view, hit number 1 from the numpad, and let's see how can we change this and make it close to the shape that we have right here. Well, the first thing that we need to do is scale it. So let's scale it a bit right like that, and maybe take it down G and Z and take it down a bit right here maybe. Put it in the center, scale it a bit more, and let's see what we have here. So now we are almost there. This we just need a small tweak here, and I mean we need to scale it to the one of these axes, to the x-axis. So let's scale this to the x-axis. Now when you hit S, you need to hit X to scale this to the x-axis, because without choosing any direction or any axis, the scale will work on all direction and the proportion will be the same. So just hit X and scale it a bit to the X just like that, and now we have something here. Alright, so that's cool. Hit number 1 and let's go back. Well, now the scene, the view is blocked because this sphere exists right now and I can see nothing from the blueprint. I need to change this to wireframe. To do that, just hit Z from the keyboard, and that's gonna help you to switch between solid and wireframe. And if that doesn't work for you, you can hit Z and go to wireframe, and if you do that, you can switch this solid piece to wireframe, and now we can see through. Alright, so that's cool. We just created this sphere and we are ready. Now we need to cut this sphere just like that, as you see here. I'm going to show you what I mean. I need to cut it just like that. Let's see how can we do that. The first thing that I need to do is to apply the subdivision surface. So let's hit Z and go to solid mode again to see the sphere, and let's apply it. Hit apply, and now this modifier is no longer here. And now we need to cut this new geometry. Alright, before I cut this one, I need to duplicate it. I need to take a copy and put it above, because I need to go back and use this new copy. So let's duplicate this. To duplicate it, just Shift D and take a copy to the Z axis right there. Alright, so now we duplicate this piece and now we are ready. Alright, now after that I need to do something very small. I need to take the 3D cursor from the ground and put it exactly in the center of this new sphere. And that's very easy. Maybe you will ask why I want to do that, because later in the future I will take this bag in this place to use it. And if I manipulate this new sphere, maybe I can lose the location of this piece. So the 3D cursor will help me to bring this back exactly above this one in the same direction. And by the way, you can use the number right here, because this one is about 62 centimeter high in the Z axis, and this one about 130 centimeter in high. And if you change the number right here to the number of this piece, this will jump back. But I don't want to work like that. I need to take the 3D cursor and put it inside the head. It's very easy to do that. Just hit Shift S and then cursor to select it, and when you do that, the cursor will jump right here. I'm gonna give you a very quick example right here. I'm gonna hit Shift A and mesh and hit cube, scale the cube, and hit G to move it. So now we have this cube right here. I'm going to duplicate this one, Shift D, and put this one right there. So I need to take this bag right here. You will say hit Control Z. No. at that time I changed and deformed this cube, and there is no way to hit Control Z. Now I need to bring this bag right in the same location of this box. You can't copy the XYZ information of this one and paste it on this one, but that's gonna take huge time. So the easiest way to bring the 3D cursor in this box, inside this box, Shift S 3D to select it, just like that, and now the 3D cursor inside this box. And now you can select this box and again hit Shift S and select it to cursor, and now as you see it's jumped back exactly above this box. So this nice trick to use. I'm gonna delete this and I will select this sphere, hit Shift S, cursor to select it, just like that. Well, now we need to create these cuts. Let's switch to the wireframe, hit Z and go to wireframe. We need to create these cuts, and we need to start modeling this robot and creating this hard surface, but that's going to be in the next tutorial, because I need to teach you how to do that before touching the robot. So see you in the next tutorial.